Welcome back to Midnight Suns New Game Plus Express Edition Light Hunter Run. This is not going to be an express night. This is a big night for the hunter because she just got Purify Command of Hippus, and she's going to be opening up a whole mess of stuff in the Abbey, including access to the next Elder God challenge. Happens very quickly from here.
He is in agreement.
And a whole bunch of new reagents and a whole bunch of new challenges and mysteries. See, we can't get to this until we get that next word of power. And I'm going to exercise my experience here in fast tracking access to the moon seals.
Smiles upon me.
Oh. And we've got the lovers. Okay, so that's the next one. Elektra and Daredevil lock hands and close their eyes, savoring a moment together. Though their weapons are close at hand, this card represents communication and trust, especially in a partnership. And Lilith's Journal, November 17th, 1694. If I can find, there can be a lot of those around here. Why don't I find Lilith's Journal in my writings here? Are you serious? I never collected Lilith's Journal? Okay. Go gods, I know what I am about to attempt here, and I am overcome with shame, but what if it works? What if I can undo everything? I just want to hold my child. I want to hear the babe's sweet cry. Well, somebody didn't mark all that down. And we've got the Dream of Aeneas. And that is a masterwork. But wait, there's more. Hear that sound?
Another moon seal fragment. What is this doing here?
And how did I know to come up here? Experience! Stuff over here too. That'll have to be broken open. We loves the corpse flowers. We loves the corpse flowers.
Hippus will provide.
We've got another mystery. The Bones of the Dead. Martha Richards. We've got that in this area. A skull still glowing with the essence of magic. Okay, that is 414, 1694. I want nothing more than to frolic and shout with excitement. Gregor and I have married. Sarah would tell me it's unbecoming to show so much excitement over mortal pleasure, but I am so very much in love. I haven't told her yet. She thinks that my time away from the Abbey these last few days has been to track Hiram Shaw's movements as he seeks out the Darkhold, but no, Gregor and I escaped to hold a private wedding ceremony and celebrate the good fortune that we have found one another. I do suppose I should share the news with my sister soon, though. Hunter's Journal, August 14th, 1710. Sarah is not my mother, and she never will be, yet she treats me like a child, and I can hardly stand it. When my power grows, Agatha tries to help me learn to manage it. She has taught me spells to protect myself and those I love, but Sarah just makes me feel guilty and afraid. Why should I fear something that comes so natural to my body as breathing? Birds do not fear the power of flight, and a bear would never apologize for its teeth. Why should I hold back?
All will be restored. There must not be anything here.
Oh, there's got to be something here. The question is where? I do not remember. I get to do that here. Ah, the goddess. Okay. Useless, but we need to do that once. There it is.
What is this? Looks like a fragment of a moon seal.
That's right, and that's what we just got. This one we already did, but it's not the only one.
Hippus will provide. Some of them are embedded and erroneous. This is where we were earlier. But now opposite this cemetery is a biggie. It's Lilith's garden. Yep, she's waiting for us, but let's get some stuff around and about. Got some wonderful new stuff. If you know your geography, you'll find this takes you very close to the Abbey. This and then the place to break further down there takes you right next to the shop. So everything becomes much smaller and much quicker because you don't have to go roundabout to get to places.
And we've got more havens for our heroes. The Weathered Overlook.
The son of Gaia approves.
Sarah Howe. The glowing rune inscribed on the skull is a sign of witchcraft. Yeah, I got my checklist. There's a whole area we can get to once everything's done. Now we have this too, you know? That's the last one.
Autumn reveals all.
The chariot. The Silver Surfer holds a strong balance on his board as he races onward, leaving a spiral of power in his wake. This card represents determination and control and facing obstacles head on. And we're getting there. We're not done, but we're getting there.
Autumn be praised.
You thought we had a lot of keys? You thought we had a lot of keys before? Eh. We have a lot of keys. We're not there yet. There's the mystery of the moon seal fragments and what to do about them. And I'm sure that's what Agatha will help us with. When we're ready, we still have this to deal with. And this is also another location we could find the Wonder Everbloom on at the right time. Let me take a look at the inspection list first.
Mother.
Statue's stone eyes are almost as cold as the real thing.
You've almost retraced Wanda's steps, Hunter. Which means it's probably time I was honest with you. Things got a bit messy at this point. It was here that Wanda hit a wall, in the literal sense. The gates sealing off your mother's garden seemed all but impervious to any attempt we made at opening them.
You would not have given up that easily.
Of course not. Wanda was hesitant, but I was emboldened by just how close she had come to succeeding. I strongly encouraged her to keep trying. If I had only stopped to consider the risks. But no. With my guidance, she attempted to use the moon seal from Set's trial to force open the gate.
Can that even be done?
Without the word of power, Set's blessing, Wanda couldn't control the energy within the seal. It responded like these things often do. It exploded.
But the gate did not open?
No, it didn't. And as an unfortunate side effect of the blast, I was killed.
That was the training accident with Wanda?
A surprisingly level-headed explanation from the poor girl, considering what she had just witnessed. I was still out of my senses, but that's a story for another time.
You died. Wanda was left traumatized, only to be blamed by caretaker and left without anyone to support her.
I said things got messy. Perhaps I should have said heartbreaking. In either case, now you know the truth.
But what about Sarah and the others? They need to know as well.
Given my current situation, I think it may have to wait, dear. If you'd still like to move forward, you'll need to find the shards of the broken moon seal. If all goes well, I should be able to reform the seal.
I have found 3 moon seal pieces that fit together.
Of course you have. We will need one more thing before I can fuse them back together. There is a particular flower that grows in front of my old cottage. Find it while I prepare the ritual. I'll be in the library.
Well, we've got something here first. And we've got this. Wanda's journal, April 14th, 2020. I can't believe the beauty of this greenhouse. It's overgrown, I know, but I can tell what was here once, long ago when it was tended with love and care. I'm getting distracted. Focus, Wanda. The folly here is going to be a clue. I know it. I've been trying to figure out how I can get inside, but I'm not sure just yet. Agatha will be here any minute, and I hope she has an idea for how we can break in. And we got a solid eye color, and according to them, we finished Wanda's journals. Why do I see 3 of them outstanding? Oh, I'm not going to complain. It gave me some nice perks here, so yay. Okay, so we won't be going there until we have the moon seal in our hand. So let's do this. When you go here to the cemetery, you just go along the side, up the hill, and that'll take you to that area that we cleared out. The first one's that little hill. Well, actually, we have a mystery here, don't we? We have a mystery that we can solve now that we can cure corruption.
The water here should be safe now.
Okay, that was a mystery, so we solve it, we have to open to finish the mystery. It's not my favorite thing. Anything that gives me something and then gives me a vulnerable is not to, you know, that's a Dark Hunter thing, where you do something, but then you suffer. It's like, no, my Light Hunter gives me nice things. Anyway, we're gonna go over here to Agatha's cottage. Get a special nondescript flower that we've never seen or heard of before. Hey, it's what it is.
This must be the reagent that Agatha needs to restore the seal.
Okay, now we're ready. Morbius still reading his book, minding his own business.
I have found the reagent.
So you have. Let's not waste any more time. For this to work, we'll need the elemental altar. Come with me.
I'm going to take a moment here to save the game, and I haven't done that yet, manually saving it.
This is it, Hunter. Once I've reforged the seal, you can face the final trial. I'm sure Set is eagerly awaiting your arrival.
It has been a long road to reach this point.
Lucky for you, the ritual won't take more than a moment. I just need to say the magic words. Abracadabra. Just kidding, dear.
I am glad to know your situation did nothing to dampen your sense of humor.
Sarah is salty enough for the both of us. I like to keep things in balance. Now, let's get you a moon seal. I just hope Set doesn't mind a bit of refurbishment.
I will find out soon enough.
Just remember, Hunter, the answers we seek are almost within your grasp. Stay the course.
I got it. Now, this is the big moment. Now, who's talking to me here? Uh-oh. What does she want from me? Does she suspect anything? Does she suspect anything? It's like, you're running around out there. Are you okay? I don't think I remember her coming to me in the middle of this. Anyway, I want to give Ebony another little, even if it doesn't count, I still want to give her a little something.
What have you been doing, Ebony?
She's such a nice little kitty cat. Or whatever the heck she is. We don't know. They refer to her to as shapeshifter, so we're not sure. But it looks like she's noticed we've been out and about. Oh, that's right. That's right. We opened a chest.
Thank you, Hunter.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Fortitude is good. Hello, little boogie. How you doing? You were so good. You beat those things.
What you doing, Charlie? What is this strange growth on the grounds?
Oh, really?
Well, it may seem like some sort of invasive species. The substance we've been calling corruption is actually a physical manifestation of Chthon's dark influence.
How can it continue to spread in his absence?
The ever-resilient Darkhold keeps his ambitions alive, tempting the lost and desperate towards the darkness. With each new follower, his power here is rekindled.
Well, you could count all of Hydra for that, too. Are we ready for this? Are we ready for this? There is a journal entry. Caretaker's Journal, February 14th, 1708. This, by the way, completes the Caretaker's Journals. It is a cold late afternoon as I sit down to write today. Storm has all of us trapped inside the Abbey this day, and the snow falls heavier than I've seen in many years. It has brought a quiet to the afternoon that I cannot help but cherish. Nary a day passes without looking behind us, waiting for what we know is to come any moment. And yet this peace that I find with Agatha by my side gratifies me. She is good-natured, and there are fleeting moments where I can forget our difficulties and nearly let myself feel happy. I cannot help it. I cling to these moments, but I know they are just moments, and soon we will have to face our greatest enemy once again. I can't let myself become distracted as Lilith did. And I got a recipe book? Okay. And got that for completing the journal entries for Caretaker. And there's Agatha waiting for me here. The fun part.
Set's challenge will be the hardest. Are you ready?
Oh, I think so.
I am ready. Where Wanda failed, I will succeed.
That's my hunter. Good luck, dear.
Thank you. Wait a minute.
Ominous indeed.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Well, shame on you, and fool me twice, shame on me. Well, it's not great. It's something. Let's do it. Oh, I'll be fine. Famous last words. Me and my faithful pooch. And you know what? If I don't, I'll lick my wounds and add this to the other stream. Defeat 16 Lilith in 4 turns to complete the trial.
If you remember from the last trial, I told you that Hippus was consumed by his brother Set, who absorbed his power. It was this betrayal that showed the Elder Gods, including Chthon, the path towards their own corruption.
Okay, I've increased a secondary strat on my heroes, and now I've got block. Doggy, doggy, what do you want to do? You've got some howls, you got some bites, you got them all. We don't have any splitters yet, but we will, I'm sure. Oh, look at that. We got these things. Is that the only one? Oh, there's 2 of them. These are a pain in the butt. The Revenants? They kind of bind together. Whenever I can get the most bang for my howling buck.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. You have earned this!
To get rid of that, we have to take the other one out
You are
too.
too weak for this fight.
Soulbound enemies must be KO'd on the same turn to truly be defeated. The soulbound enemies active at the enemy during their turn, other soulbound enemies will be revived. That means that this one will share and they'll be like 160 or something. So that's a challenge for us, especially since we all have nothing but dogs here.
This shall be of great help.
Not enough. I just don't like the position that she's in. Not fair. I do have an idea though. There. Now he's not looking at her. Not enough. Let's see, can you knock back on? Excellent.
Leave some for the rest of us.
What does Maul give? 240? Heck yeah. Okay, so Holy Burst.
There was a time when Lilith had the highest of standards for her minions. That is clearly past. They cannot possibly match your strength.
You gotta like that. Gotta like that. No one attacks anyone.
Your mother abandons you.
Oh.
I am impressed.
Okay.
I don't think we'll be seeing any serpent men, but in his heyday, Set created his own personal army, much like Lilith and her children. He seemed to have an unusual fascination with Earth's various reptiles.
Feel my call.
I was hoping those would be taken out. Wow, they're big.
Now that was something. Now that was something. They cannot possibly match your strength.
Mm-hmm. 204. Well, I want a definite out, so...
This shall be of great help.
Yeah, we don't have 400. So we're just gonna take a lump.
Lilith herself did not best me. What makes you think you will fare any better?
I don't want to be overconfident, but I don't need this.
If you believe everything an old witch will tell you, when the night erupts, descended upon the earth, he used the prevailing reptiles of the time, dinosaurs, to create his physical form.
Once again, Lilith's servants fall. I am impressed.
Oh, you want to have at it? Go for it, girl.
Leave some for the rest of us. I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. I am impressed.
Good girl, good girl. Be done.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
We have more turns left. What? Man, who invited these guys?
Unfortunately for those lumbering beasts, when autumn came to destroy Set, the ensuing battle lasted for thousands of years and drove them to extinction alongside their fallen admirer.
The untold price of being favored by the Elder Gods. No mercy for the servants of Lilith! I'm afraid you might not make it back from this one. Your time has come. Return to your mother.
Well, I'm gonna get hit one way or the other, so the ones we'll just take out one of them. You know what I'm gonna do?
Leave some for the rest of us.
Now. So Charlie's okay. Ta-da!
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
You mean we have another turn? Because we took 20 out. So far we're doing pretty well, don't you think? Yeah, we're done. 20! Thank you!
I wouldn't go so far as to say Set is pleased, but I'm sure you've piqued his interest.
Oh, please, don't give me this halftone nonsense. The Superhuman 3, but there's 2 of us. That was silly. Well, that's not convenient, but It's all know how you frame it. Ta-da! So now we have the final Elder God Word of Power. That is going to be incredible for everything. That means we could also offer up at the offering bowl any artifact on its designated night. We're going to make that map very small right now. But we're also going to learn a lot of truths.
This looks like it belongs here.
Sets favor. Physical barriers that stand in your way will be torn down. Walls, barricades, other natural obstructions shatter before the power of break. See the breaks here? Good place to start. Expected more than gloss. Now we are free to roam. Sorry. Least of which is going to be here. I know Agatha is eager for us to do this.
Break the wall, Hunter. I will be right here. After.
Set revels in his blessing.
Lilith's journal, July 9th, 1610. My sister tells me that I can be thankful. 1610, of course, is like 100 years before the big fight. My sister tells me that it can be helpful to ink one's thoughts onto page. That this is how she sorts through the chaos in her own mind. And that it may help me as well. But what do I say here? Is this an appropriate space to direct my yearnings for a normal life? Every time that I pass through East Transia to visit the markets, I envy the men and women living in complete ignorance of the supernatural swirling around them. Their greatest threat is whether or not they can supply and sell enough goods. I spend my days and nights plagued with nightmares of the darkest evils. Okay. And our first black trumpets. Those are very valuable. You could conjure some really, really incredible stuff with that.
Sarah?
Of all the things you weren't expecting, finding me here had to be near the top of the list.
Have you been following me?
On the contrary, kiddo, I think it's you that's been following in my footsteps. Speaking of which, have you been enjoying the trials? I'm not sure how you found your way down that path, but you've obviously impressed the gods, just like your mother and I did.
You are being much calmer than I expected about all this.
You aren't the first member of your family to sneak away and attempt the trials. I remember raising more than a few eyebrows on my run.
This from the favored daughter of Ashtar?
See?
I always respected Ashtar, especially compared to some of her siblings.
And my mother?
I think she saw something of herself in Autumn, but she was never one to flatter the gods.
She seems to have no issue kneeling to Chthon.
Is that really what you believe, Hunter?
I cannot say.
At least you've kept an open mind. I'm not sure I would have.
I have tried to remain neutral until I know more.
If you've come this far, then there's really no point in hiding it anymore.
This place, sealed and hidden away beneath my mother's garden, this was you again. Something else you wanted to lock away.
Would you believe it's because I've been a stubborn old woman for far too many centuries?
Yes.
This may be difficult to understand given what you've been told, how you were raised. But your mother isn't the bastion of evil the world knows her to be.
Yes, I know she was not the mother of demons when she was with my father.
There's more to it than that. I told you of her work to find a cure for his illness. There was nothing she could do, and when he passed, she accepted his fate. But then, the corruption came for you.
I was sick? I do not remember that at all.
You were an infant.
I'm not surprised, given the cure. You were so young, so vulnerable. Lilith was inconsolable. If she had been desperate to heal your father, she was now completely unhinged when it came to curing you.
But she did find a way.
We had thought to bury it in this place forever, safe from not just the greedy eyes of petty men like Shaw, but from ourselves.
The Darkhold.
Yes, and sensing your mother's desperation, the damn thing called out to her. There within its pages, Lilith found a way to protect her child, straight from the Great Shadow himself, Kathan. And as payment, she pledged her eternal devotion to him, reborn as the mother of demons.
She gave herself to Kathan for me?
You were her only child, and she loved you more than anything else in this world. In her mind, it was no sacrifice at all. You were all that mattered.
And you still let me believe she was a monster?
For your protection, I only let you see her as she is now.
But what she became...
What she became, I barely recognized. She may have been your mother, but there was no way she could be your mother ever again.
And so you cast her out?
She was weakened from the transition. Some part of her soul still struggling with the corruption infecting her, I suppose. I knew I would only have the moment, and so I struck, drove her from the Abbey. From you. It was the only way I could protect you. In my mind and in my heart, I believed that the Lilith I knew would have done the same.
But then she came back.
Yes, it took her years, but she finally returned. Of course, by then, she had become something far different. The rest, as you know, is history. Until now. I thought by sealing this place, by avoiding the truth, that it would somehow make all of this easier. But I also knew someday we would have this conversation.
I need time to think about all of this.
I know it's a lot to consider. I don't expect you to take everything I've said at face value.
Thank you for finally sharing the truth, Sarah.
Thank you for listening, kiddo.
Oh, we get the annihilation. We should hold on to that. That could be very useful. Jeez, look at all these things. There's a lot to look at here. Lilith's journal. Sarah and I have done something truly amazing. We have moved the Abbey from Transia to a town called Salem in North America. To move something of that size in history across seas, I honestly wasn't sure it was even possible, and yet here we are, no longer hiding in the shadow of the Wundagore Mountain. I'm optimistic. I know that we still have work to do here, but I can't help my curiosity. It is so completely different here. Many new people to meet and learn from. My sister tells me that my spirit is too free, but I simply don't think that is possible. Okay, that's November 24th. 1689. I'm putting that down because I did not have that on my checklist. So, okay, that's not all there is. There's another thing here. Also, October 1691, 10, 13, 1691. Shaw has increased his efforts as of late, and his cruelty makes my heart ache. To hang or burn another human being? Perhaps this is what Sarah wanted to shield me from all those years ago. Where I saw mortal joy, she can only see the darkness. I'm grateful for the men and women of this town that reject Shaw's cruelty, and I do think that I have found some friends. That's July 13th, 1689. What a remarkable day. We received correspondence from America, specifically a small town called Salem. While it's a tragedy that what these witches are enduring, a madman that calls himself Hiram Shaw appears to be causing quite a stir among the magically gifted. Sarah has a great plan to help them. We sent the Knights of Wundagore off to provide them a moon seal. If only I could have gone myself, if only just to experience something new.
Autumn must not see it that way. Perhaps I ask too much of him.
Okay.
Set is in good humor today.
Now let's get those ready for that final. Okay. I'm just drawing the symbols. Okay, so I've got those ready. Is there anything else here? And take nothing for granted. Make sure you look everywhere for any reveals.
There must not be anything here. If it was here, Autumn would show me.
Now this is the thing.
Autumn thinks otherwise.
These may have been added to the map, but they only work one time. And this one used to hold, and it's broken, the game, used to hold the ancestral suit, which is what I wear right now. I got that through a mod. That's the only way you can get that. So you do this, it stays open, it's gone. Nothing happens. But this one, you get a lot of perks. So let's get that open. I think we get our first legendary blueprint from that, and a whole mess of essence. And when you don't have plus, those are very nice to have. This is going to be a place for us to look for reagents. Because the black trumpet mushrooms are here.
I hadn't intended on eavesdropping, dear, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with Sarah.
Did you know about my mother?
Sarah was never any more forthcoming about Lilith with me than she has been with you. She must have felt it was safer to keep both of us in the dark.
at the cost of a great deal of pain and suffering.
You don't have to tell me, dear. Had I known what Sarah was hiding, maybe I wouldn't have pushed Wanda as hard as I did.
And to say nothing of what this did to you.
It may sound ridiculous, but if someone had to end up this way, I'm glad it was me. Can you imagine what a nightmare Sarah would be as a poltergeist?
That is true.
As a ghost.
We may have had another terror stalking the grounds had things gone differently.
And despite everything, I have to say, I'm glad we were able to spend this bit of extra time together, Hunter.
I enjoyed it too, Agatha.
I'm glad, dear. But there are still more secrets to discover, if you're interested.
Oh, yes.
More still? How will I know where to find them?
Oh, I'd say some combination of dumb luck and persistence? But in all seriousness, with Set's blessing, you'll be able to break down all sorts of things, I imagine. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Just have fun, dear.
Okay, let's get clear also some terminology. Poltergeists aren't ghosts or spirits. It usually is a manifestation, a subconscious manifestation of somebody who, I guess... Remember, we don't know mostly what we're capable of, but in theory, especially children who have less of a filter, if there's a great deal of subconscious aggression, it can manifest into all kinds of things. So we're talking about bioelectricity, essentially, and how it's directed. There you go.
The father of serpents is smiling.
That's just a hidden one. That's not a mystery. But we got mysteries all over this place. Now, one of my favorite mysteries, and anybody still hanging around when I'm foraging, get used to this, learn to love this. It's the Devil's Den. It's an area that isn't on the map.
Nothing can stand in his way.
It's going to have a lot of those wonderful black trumpets that I like. They're very finicky. I don't think you'll find so many at one time except here.
Autumn showed the way.
Lilith's journal, November 4th, 1694. Without Gregor, I am empty. What is the purpose in fighting against evil when something so simple as sickness can take away my only joy in this world? I worry that I could lose the child that I carry within my womb. So many lives lost in the village. So little hope to be found. Hiram Shah and a select few of his followers appear to be immune, or perhaps he is the one that has released this sentence upon the people of Salem. And that's true, that was a side effect of him using the Page of the Darkhold. And yes, see, never saw Father because she wasn't born yet. Here we go. There's Anne Stevens. Skull of Anne Stevens, another member of the Salem Coven. And our final Midnight Sun statue.
The final resting place of Yelena Nikovich. She was accused of sorcery as a child and left to fend for herself. A familiar story.
You mean that wasn't it? I was sure it was. This is a great place to go painting, by the way. I don't understand why they picked a foggy place, but this is a place to go paint with somebody. The Eerie Depression. Skull of May Richards. Power still flows through the skull. We still have 2 more bones to find. And we have here. And also, when you see a shape like this, you're going to assume that somewhere along the line you're going to reveal a key. That's the way these things look. Okay, Lilith's Journal, November 13th, 1694. I could take it no longer, and I fled into the night to confront Shaw. He has been sealed away forever. If there was a man inside of him once, it was no longer. The Darkhold took away any humanity that had remained long ago, and now I have it. I have this cursed scroll. If only I had moved quicker on him, my dear Gregor would still... Perhaps there may be an answer here within this powerful page. Perhaps there may be some good that could come of this power. The story all unfolds here. The Journal of Hiram Shaw. Okay, this is April 16th, 1689. I'll admit that I was fearful when the idea first came to me, but with Cathan's gentle push, I knew that it was the right thing to do, so I have designated a hanging tree for those that seek to oppose us. There's only room in Salem for those seeking the truth, those who are good, those who listen carefully to what I share. We cannot tolerate those afflicted with darkness, and they must be purged. Ooh. Oh, see? There's our cursed effigy. Yes! Cursed effigy is a great thing to have, and you'll see why. The Diviner's Journal. To the uninitiated, the pages of this small volume appear out of order. Beta Journal page of Lilith, November 14th, 1694. That's one day after the previous one. I fear I will lose this baby. I find myself in this dark chamber beneath ground, unable to fight away the sickness that ravages my body. I thought that I could find hope within the Darkhold's magic, but I worry it is too late. For me, for my child, could there be a future where we see this light again? And there is a masterwork. Still life with skull and writing quill. Okay, let me put that. And I do not see it. Believe it or not, it is... Oh, that's a tarot card, sorry. There it is. Skull and writing quill. Ta-da. Anything over here? No. No. And it's not easy to go around in a foggy bog, too. Okay, Hunter's Journal, September 23rd, 1710. I have warmed to the collar that I wear. Sarah and Agatha have taught me how to use it as a channel, a means to harness the wildness of my powers into something controlled, something that I can really put to use. It feels like my lessons have shifted. No more hypotheticals or talking through scenarios, but instead more practical trainings, sparring even. There's a brief look of surprise on Sarah's face whenever I best her, and I savor those moments, though they are rare. For now. Okay. Gotten a lot of those today. And another set of bones. This is Margaret Adams. Her power is still felt even today. There's a lot going on here, but we won't be finding anything more after that. Make sure we've gone through every crook and nanny, right? To get any of the bones, because there's obviously one bone set of bones left. I don't think it's going to be here. I think we've been through everything on this spot. You know, some of those things are decorative too, so those don't count. We haven't been to everything. Elizabeth Smith. Another victim of the trials of Old Salem. And that completes them. And then we get stuff! Swag! Skulls belonging to members of the Salem Coven. And what have we here?
Set regards no obstacles.
The Flower Girl. Make sure I have the Flower Girl crossed off. Yes, you could hear I've got a pen. I'm marking these off.
Autumn reveals all.
We seem to have taken care of this area. Let's open our direct path to the Abbey.
Set is in good humor today.
This is a big one, so you gotta do it twice.
Set revels in his blessing.
It's more of the corpse flowers and dryad saddles in this area, but I'm sure we'll find more stuff too. The faded journal page of Lilith's journal, November 18th, 1694. So this is only a few days later. Something is happening to me. Is this the price that I must pay for what I've done? My mind races, consumed by a spiraling darkness. Even my body appears to be changing right before my eyes, and this dark power seeps out of me, bubbling up like oil from the earth. Have I made a mistake? And yet, when the babe's tiny fingers curl around mine, I'm reminded I did the right thing. Now, I've done this before in other campaigns. There's a prequel cartoon that was released by the game on their official channel on YouTube, and I'm going to link it in the description. So if you want to see their story that they kind of laid out of what happened in Salem in an animated form, you know, feel free to click that link. Hunter's Journal, August 18th, 1710. August 18th, 1710. You know, there's only one left. Agatha and Sarah have collared me like a dog, like a beast, this wart around my neck. They say it is for my own protection. I should believe them. I do, truly, but I cannot help these feelings of betrayal, as if they fear me, like they fear the darkness that is always creeping in the shadows. Perhaps I have some of that darkness within me, and that is what they fear. Perhaps I should fear it too. What if the darkness that hunts us from afar is also hunting me from within? The Rocky Crossing. Another haven. Now, here's a mystery. The Stone Pyramid.
Curious.
Black Pyramid of arcane stone crafted by the Sisters of the Coven. And when the result is a chest in a mystery, open it to complete the mystery. Ta-da! Okay. I've never gotten any great shakes from opening that chest, but, you know, let it be one time. Okay, the devil. Aha. Let me put that off. Where is that? Should be number 15. The devil. Diamond Hellstrom is a vision of power as he stands before flames, hungrily grinning at a chest of unknown treasures. The scarf represents the ego and greed as well as temptation. Diamond Hellstrom is the son of Satan, or so the character was. We had always had a lot of complex anti-heroes in Marvel Comics. And Judgment. Aha. If I had Judgment, where would... Oh, there it is. The souls lost to Galactus' destruction reach out for the lingering hope of rebirth. Whether on their own world or beyond, this card represents awakening and forgiveness as well as truthful self-reflection. I think we have one more. No, we have. It says that we have 3 tarot cards left. Yep, looks right. Lilith says we have 4, so whatever. The Journal of Hiram Shah. November 24th, 1689. For how long has this great stone abbey overlooked my quaint church? I cannot remember its presence, and yet it is here as if it has always stood. Perhaps I have forgotten it. Truly, my mind seems to play tricks on me these days. No doubt a side effect of the great power of Cthon that I have become conduit for. And yet, these women that have appeared alongside it, newcomers and clearly outsiders of Salem, they will be investigated. We're just going to look around in this area first before we break open to another area. This takes you back up to the garden.
Nothing can stand in his way.
Journal of Hiram Shah, July 29th, 1692. Okay, I am pleased to admit that the coven has been eliminated. Deemed guilty by myself and my congregation, we did what was necessary to pave the way for a brighter future. Now I must turn my attentions to the women of that cursed transient abbey. Perhaps there is a chance that I could draw Lilith out and share my truth. If there is any chance that she would listen, I must try. That meets up with the other road and it takes you here. See?
The father of serpents is smiling.
See how close it is when you're in that area? There's the hell ride, and there is the crater. Now we're going to go in another spot that we have not opened. See, all this area hasn't been opened, but we'll take care of that. We'll go here, for instance, the ever-flowing glade. First of all, as you recall, there was a cracked wall behind this statue, and out of reach was yet another chest.
Set regards no obstacles.
Look at everything. Take nothing for granted. You never know. There might be something here. It'll be the first time we had some kind of journal entry or something, or maybe it's just to get to this chest. That's not a mystery, so it's no big deal. Now let's open up Gideon's Cross.
Nothing can stand in his way.
On the right night, a chest will appear here. I think it's in the waxing moon or the new moon, maybe. So we'll make a point. This is... Hold on, sorry. I'm thinking about this.
Set is a temperamental god.
So it might be the next moon that will have that. So when we do, we'll just make sure once we see it and we tag it, it will remain with us.
Autumn be praised.
That's also a hint. Usually something's nearby, right? Now we still have more things to look at. There are interrogation records in this area. Okay, May Richards. The witch May Richards provided little information despite prolonged interrogation. Using all available means, her crimes were confirmed by witnesses' testimony rather than confession. We'll also get journal entries here too, but all the interrogation records are in this section. And a book. Caretaker's Cookbook. Easy to follow recipes written in perfect copperplate. Night Shift Palette and Blessed Relic. Blessed Relic's kind of Blessed Relic makes vulnerable to all Lilith, but doesn't really... I like something that marks, to be honest. Okay, Ann Stevens. Interrogation record. Bound to the rack beyond the point of normal human tolerance. Assuredly an unrepentant witch. We'll also start seeing new reagents in this area, too. Schloss Milkel in Moonlight. So that's another... Okay, got that one out. Anything else in this area? Not that I'm aware of. But there are little nooks and crannies, and we can't take any of them for granted. And of course we have another haven. The Earthy Oaks. And faded journal page of Lilith's journal, January 2nd, 1692. It's a brand new year, and yet I do not feel hopeful. I'm drowning in my melancholy. The poor women that had sent for our help, I'm so afraid that we will not be able to deliver them from their torment. This man, Hiram Shaw, is truly a vessel of evil. Whether he was before he found that cursed scroll, I cannot say, but now there is no hope for his soul. I wish that we could undo the lives taken. So you got one more. Hunter's Journal. Agatha explained to us a ritual in her coven for witches that come from age and master of their powers. That's July 13th, 1712. I think that completes Hunter's Journals. It wasn't a ritual we were able to emulate in full, but we tried, and it made me feel very proud about how far I've come. Even Sarah seemed to let her guard down for a short time and enjoy herself. It almost felt like a party. A very small, very intimate, quiet party, but a party. Tonight, under the full moon, and with what remains of my family, I became the hunter. Now my destiny calls me to fight. Ta-da! And that's complete.
Intriguing.
A dark ritual site used to channel dark and corrosive magic. The Fool. Deadpool leaps from a building's edge before the night sky, grinning with pride. This card represents individuality and adventure, but can also mean irresponsibility and naivete. Now, there's all sorts of nooks and crannies also. There's another thing to do here.
Autumn does not answer.
Maybe I have to face it. I will face it. Better. Moonlight, Wood Island Light. Okay. Sarah Howe. Interrogation record. Drowning wasn't enough. The Inquisition felt they needed a device to carry out their work in a more efficient manner. The mechanism was tested in great length on this suspect. final one.
Set is in good humor today.
Elizabeth Smith. Such humiliation, being led into the town square and put on display like an animal. Still, she revealed nothing of the Coven's efforts. This completes the interrogation records. Written accounts of the interrogations of those accused of witchcraft during the 17th century. So, I think they've gotten everything. You hear a lot of howling, because usually on the other side we hear the howling.
He sees our path.
And where does it bring us? Dreamer's Descent.
Set revels in his blessing.
Now we have another route to Dreamer's Descent. I was just thought I saw something here, but I did not toss something here. Well, we have another place to reveal here, if you recall.
Set regards no obstacles.
Okay, I can see right there we've got a tarot card, and it's probably the last. No, it looks like we have Temperance and Magician left. This would probably be. Aha, we got a mystery
Charlie
too.
would not have done this, but someone or something dug up this grave.
Magician. Dr. Doom holds his goblet in one hand and offers a glimpse into the perpetual nature of things in the other. This card represents possibility and determination, as well as focus. Okay, so there's one left, and it says... Oh, I know where that is. Okay. Alright, so what happens here? We are going to see there's a disturbed grave. But the thing to do when you see these...
The son of Gaia approves.
They're taken from their proper burial ground. We'll put them back.
Ah, I see.
This grave has been dug up with little concern for its sanctity. We've taken care of that. And since this is a mystery, we must open this to finish. Oh, thank you. Done. Well, there's another place over here, close to the Witch Warren, where we have to get rid of a bunch of rocks and open up. Over here.
The father of serpents is
We
smiling.
got a lot of stuff here. We've got the final tarot card. The tower is the Baxter Building. 35-story Baxter Building is pummeled by a strong storm, facing heavy winds and lightning strikes. This card represents loss, chaos, and a sudden change in one's reality. This is actually not a terrible card. I call it the stuck in a rut card. If you're stuck in a rut, you're in a comfortable rut. Sometimes you need a real big jolt to get you out of that rut and into a better place. And that's sort of what that card represents. And New Haven, the Damp Depression. So they should match up with the number of heroes we have left. But what else do we have? Looks like we uncovered everything here, but wait, we're not done. Let's zoom over to the Standing Stones. Let me look at my little scribbles that I did. Okay, are we ready for that last one? Sorry. Okay. We are done. And in the end, what happens is they all have the same symbol at the end when it's complete. And to finish this mystery, we open it up. Gain a counter at mission start. Thank you very much. Now we have one more place to look as far as I know. It's down here. I mean, there may be nooks and crannies that I forgot about, but number one, there's this. And we have these vials of remains and
Set
such.
is in good humor today.
Not only that, but this is an obscure place to find it, but occasionally you'll find black trumpet mushrooms here. Fractured vessel. This vessel has seen better days. Okay, so we have 3 more vessels, but we have a whole area to unlock, so let's do that. Let's see what else we find.
Set regards no obstacles. Clever. I wonder if there are more rings nearby.
Another place for black trumpets. That's where how you make the cursed effigy is with black trumpets. A murky vessel, an innocent victim of the witch trials. And I see we also have a 2 men contemplating the moon. Masterwork. And a faded journal page from Hiram Shaw. Maybe it's a little too late, huh? June 13th. Forgive me, Father, for my sights wander, though I find myself drifting further from my beloved wife into my work. I did not expect that my heart would lead me astray as my mind does, and to such a wretch as Lilith I should curse the ground upon her feet. Yet I cannot help but fantasize about the power we would share if she were by my side. We could align our causes and seek out the remaining Darkhold pages together. We would be unstoppable. Okay, we have a little time, because we are almost done in our little wanderings. So yeah, another source for spider lilies.
He sees our path.
So the mystery of
Cantankerous, these fairies.
the fairy rings. Empty apothecary vessel. Once held the remains of an innocent victim of the witch trials. There's only one more vessel left. The weathered vessel. I guess we're gonna find it in this area. Let's look around. Oh, look at the corruption.
Blessings of Hippus.
Here's the last one. The weathered vessel. The last remains of a falsely accused witch. So that's done as well. These vessels each protect the remains of an innocent victim of the witch trials. So you have 2 in this area, and we have Vanitas Still Life. Let's check that off. That's a masterwork. I see we have one more left. It'd be interesting to find where that is. And a faded journal page of Hiram Shah. And that looks to be the final one. Is it November? I have August 15th, 1689. The witches that oppose me appear to have powerful friends from afar. I am grateful for the young village boy that has been my eyes these last weeks. Trailing them, a group of cloaked figures met with the witches beneath the cover of darkness and bestowed upon them some artifact. Even the boy could sense its power, and he is not of the blessed like myself. I am increasing my efforts, and I have already convinced the people of Salem that these witches are a formidable threat, worthy only of the hanging tree. So he's referring to the Knights of Wundagore that delivered the moon seal. Well, that's a lot of stuff, huh? It takes you back out here. There are little bits here and there, and obviously we're gonna have to look over little things we've missed. We finished Bones of the Den. We finished interrogation records, right? We finished the vessels. We finished caretaker's journals. We finished hunter's journals. We still have one. I see one left of Shaw, which is November 21st, 1694. I'm missing that. I'm missing one or two of Wanda's journals. So that's another thing I have to take a look and see what I missed. There's also a tarot card left, right? Temperance. That's supposedly on the Abbey grounds somewhere. I think I assumed it might have been up in the belfry, but I didn't see anything there. So I have to really maybe look into where that part is that it hasn't been revealed to me. But I think we did just about everything. When you look at the map now, it's quite quite thorough, everything here. The only thing missing is, I think on a new moon, is when that appears. And when that appears, you can take advantage. Once you see it and you mark it on the map, it will be there every day. But look at all this stuff, all our options, all the free ones, all the not so free ones, all kinds of things. There could be something missing somewhere. I don't think so. I think I've opened everything. But we'll certainly find out in the future. There's a lot riding on what comes next. We have unlocked the big sanctum. We've unlocked the big sanctum mission. So that may be the next step. So until then, these are going to be two consecutive streams. Until next time, thanks for watching. Hope it's been informative, if not enlightening, and take care.
Set is in good humor today.